Hello everybody, Alberto Metal here. I shouldn't start it off as hello. What's up everybody? Alberto Metal here. Try to smile more. What's up everybody? I'm back on coming to you back at you. What's going on? I already said that in my last video, but I'm still trying to figure out how to start these videos. Alberto Metal here again. And I wanted to shoot another video just because it's something that I've been wanting to stay committed to in 2020, just sharing my knowledge, sharing my experience as I grow as a person. In this video, I wanted to talk about the 5 things that I did to get my credit score from a 495 to a 730. It wasn't the fastest, but it didn't take that long either because I just stayed committed and focused throughout the entire process. So this video is just like I said, it's everything that I did. It's gonna be 5 things that I'm gonna give you guys in this video about what I did to get my credit score to where it's at today. And other people have different tips for you guys. Like I said, this is all my experience. Just a quick backstory. See, look, I need some water. I always need some water. Just to give you guys a little bit of what happened to me and how I ended up in debt. A couple years back, I was in the construction field, and I was making good money. So I just turned 18, and I ended up opening up my first credit card. It was a Capital One. They approved me for about $300. They approved me for like $300, right? And because I was so responsible with making my payments, my full payments, they ended up raising my credit score up to, not my credit score, my credit limit to about $2,500, and that was like, that was the first time I had that quick access to that type of money. And I didn't have no financial literacy on how to manage my money. So I was just an 18-year-old chasing my dreams in the music industry. I was opening up other credit cards because I wanted to get a nice, cool, fancy camera like this one. I wanted to get a GoPro for my travel and a bunch of stuff that I just ended up using my credit cards to get in debt. The worst time was when work started slowing down and I didn't have money to start paying my credit cards, so or my bills. And the worst thing that happened to me was I ended up in about $5,000 to $6,000 debt. I know it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it is a lot. For an 18-year-old that loses the kind of work slows down. So I was just using these credit cards, and my credit score just started going, down and down and down. And as I got older, I needed to get my together. So these are 5 things that I'm gonna give to you guys about what I did to get, again, my credit score from a 495 to a 730. And for anybody that don't believe me, I'm gonna give you guys a quick snapshot. I documented my whole journey with screenshots, so I'm gonna put it up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's pretty much how it went, how it grew. But the first thing that I did was I went and got account numbers of all the collections that have been literally harassing me for the past couple of years, blowing up my phone. From annualcredit.com, that's where I went to get a full report on what's exactly on my credit report. And I recommend anybody that wants to go out there and figure out what's exactly reporting, go to annualcreditreport.com. I got the account number, I got the name of the collection companies, and you know, I wrote everything down. I made a list of the debt I owed, like I said, the account number, the name of the collection. And the second thing that I did was I went and got signed up with IdentityIQ to monetize my credit. I wanted to know exactly what was going on, and it separates everything perfectly for me. It's very user friendly. It's very simple, and that's what I like. So I know other people that use Credit Karma. Credit Karma only gives you 2, but it's free. So if you're on a budget, you know, use Credit Karma then. But I ended up signing up with IdentityIQ. The third thing that I did was I disputed as I got everything on as I got everything from what was on my report, my credit report. I started to look for, you know, incorrect information, and there was a bunch of stuff that was incorrect. And what I ended up doing was I had typed up 4 dispute letters. I know some people write them out. I know some people it's more effective if you write them out. Again, this is everything that I did. I typed out 4 different type of dispute letters that I had ready for every 30 days, and each one of them was just getting more serious about taking legal actions towards these companies that has been harassing me, that can't prove that it's that debt that I owe is mine. Because for anybody that don't know, you're protected by the FCRA, which stands for Fair Credit Reporting Act, and that just basically means that anything invalid, anything that isn't, my dog's right here, so I'm sorry. No, sit down. They can't prove if they can't prove that debt is yours, where if they don't have a physical signature of yours that you signed that you was gonna pay the collection companies, because remember, all these collection companies, all they're doing is just, you know, buying off your debt. But if they can't prove anything that's your debt, where they have something physically signed by you, then they have to remove it from your credit report. So there was a bunch of stuff that was invalid. There was a bunch of stuff that was incorrect, that wasn't my information, and again, I had 4 letters. And usually what these collection companies do is that they'll try to send you they'll try to pretty much send you a letter of the debt that you already owe, just to give you an answer. Because if the collection companies doesn't answer you within I believe it's a 30 or 45 day period after you dispute it, never dispute anything online, but after you dispute it, if they don't answer within a 30 or 45 day period, they have to remove it. But since they send you something, that's pretty much their way of getting away with it. So what I ended up doing was, again, I send out the dispute letters. I got them notarized as well with my information, showing them that it was actually me that was going after them, and I would send it through priority mail or wherever you can get a tracking number, so you know that it went to the credit bureaus, and they actually got it and received it. So that was super important that I did, because you got to track everything from the beginning to what's going on to the end, up until when everything is removed, and keep everything in a folder or whatever. That's what I did. I ended up keeping everything that I needed that was going on, every answer that I got back from them, and even up until when they removed it, I needed a letter that showed that they removed it, because you know, it can pop up at any time again, and you know, by the time I want to buy a house, if it pops up again, I show that I have proof that this is not my debt, or this was removed from my credit report. So that's something else. There was a time that something wasn't getting removed. So what I ended up doing was that I wrote a pay to delete letter, meaning that I would go ahead and make a settlement. I didn't pay the full amount. I settled with them, but only if they promised to send me something back in writing that they were going to remove it from my credit report after I made the payment. So you can go as low as, if it's a pretty old debt, you can go as low as, I would go for like 40% of what you owe. They just want some type of money. Sometimes they settle. They did settle for me, and they was able to remove it. So the fourth thing that I did was in the process of my dispute letters, in the process of all these letters that was going on for about almost 4 or 5 months, I ended up opening up a secured credit card. And a secured credit card, I'm not going to get into details of what exactly it is, but I ended up opening up a secured credit card. Why? Because it was a secured credit card is meant to help you rebuild your credit, and I was just using it super strategically, meaning that, you know, I put down $300 of my own money and got that secured credit card. What I would do is that I would write on my calendar the payment date and also the statement date, which was 2 different dates. I always kept it under 20%, so sometimes under 10%, and the time that I would keep it under 10% was right before it would report to the credit bureaus. So in between the time period of your payment date and your statement date, that's when I would use about 10% of the $300 that I had of the credit limit that I had available. So I would use less than $30 for like gas, or like a quick bottle of water or juice or drink, whatever. That was like $5, and I would let it ride out until after the statement date, because on that statement day is what they report to the credit bureaus. So they was reporting that I was using less than 10%, and it just looks good on your credit report that your utilization is down. That's pretty much what that plays a huge part in your credit score. So keeping your utilization low, and then after the statement date, I would use up to, like, if I needed, like, the most I think I used was like 100 and something. But as long as I made sure that I paid it off completely, don't go out there and you know, you messed up once, don't get yourself in a hole again, is what I would tell myself. So I would use up to whatever I really needed. If I had it in the bank, then I would use it on my credit card. But by the payment date, I would pay it completely off. And again, in between the payment date and the statement date, I would use less than like 10%. And again, I would just keep doing that over the months. No. And the fifth thing that I ended up doing was that I added myself as an authorized user on someone that was super responsible with their credit card, and that helped shoot my score up a lot. I think that was one of the times that at one point my score was like at 0. I didn't know what was going on, but it shot it up like to like 680. I have the pictures. I'm gonna show you guys. It shot it right up to 680 something. Just make sure when you're getting added as an authorized user that you're getting added onto somebody that has been super responsible, that has kept their utilization low, that has kept their that has no late payments shown on the report, because all the negative stuff goes onto your credit report. That you know. I just lost track of what I was gonna say. This dog. You know, just make sure when you get added as an authorized user, they have positive history with their credit card, and you know, that's what I ended up doing to get my credit score from a 495 to a 730. This video is already about 15 minutes long. I'm gonna chop it up. Yeah, that's the 5 things that I did. I'm still growing and learning, but I recently did have a goal, which I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this is probably watching it because they do have a goal with their credit, with fixing their credit. My goal was to pretty much travel and hit sign-up bonuses, and recently my girlfriend and I actually ended up hitting a sign-up bonus on a Chase card. I don't have it on me, but we just hit the sign-up bonus, plus we had extra points from referrals, which we got 95,000 points. But we're taking a pretty much paid-for trip by the sign-up bonus of the credit card that we've been able to hit. So that's pretty much my journey. That's enough information. Those are the 5 things. Any questions that you guys have, reach out to me. I'm willing to help. I'm on social media. I'm no stranger to social media. So thank you guys for watching, for staying on this long, and yeah, we're out.